Adventures.
Greetings all. Welcome once again to Chuke's Outdoor Adventures, our Friday bear news from bear country. Unfortunately, it is the fall time, and this is the time of year where elk hunters are getting attacked. Even in Alaska, we're having bear encounters, and it's fascinating to me. I like to stay up on top of it, and thank you to all the viewers who are logging onto my website and sending me these messages and articles. So I really appreciate it. I'm getting ready to head back stateside, a little bit bummed out, but also really glad to return to the States. But Thailand is definitely more free than Vietnam. I was at a, what was it? It was a tactical store. They had a bunch of 5.11 holsters for your Glock 19 and Mystery Ranch. It was a Mystery Ranch store in the mall, and they had all these tactical backpacks, and there was like service members in there that were obviously American military people, and they were shopping, and it just blew my mind. Anyways, I got some tactical gear in Thailand of all places, so that kind of blew my mind. Pretty cool. But looking forward to returning. So we're going to start off with this is some emails on one account that I got from both Dave Portney and James Morris. So thank you, you guys. This was from Arkansas, another attack in Arkansas. I think there was a second death last week that I covered. So the Trail Association in Franklin County says 2 backpackers had a close encounter with a black bear. So the Ozarks Highland Association said 2 backpackers had to scare away a black bear. So this was at the Ozarks Highland Trail and Salt Fork Creek area. So these guys were cooking hot dogs, which I've been guilty of before, by the campfire. They heard some rustling around. They turned on their flashlights. There's a black bear there. And so what they did is they made themselves look big, all the stuff you're supposed to do, waved their arms, and they threw rocks at it. It took off. That was, I don't know, some point in the evening, I'm guessing after 6 or 7 p.m. At 10 p.m., it then returned, and they did the same thing. They scared it off, and that was the whole story. He didn't attack anybody or come back. But a lot of bear encounters coming from Arkansas. And then, of course, they gave some examples of how to stay safe in bear country. And the only thing they mentioned was making yourself look, or keeping your camp clean, no trash. Well, that's a no-brainer. And then not camping near major food sources, which was odd. But nothing about bear spray, nothing about weapons, firearms, of course. They're not going to say anything about that. But just kind of interesting. So I also got a message about 2 elk hunters seriously injured by a brown bear. And I think that's what some of these are. So we're just going to catch up on some of these messages from my website. Now, some of these may be old because I did, my deal last week and I've been traveling. So I'm not sure if I got to all of them. So we're going to go all the way back. Oh, wow. I got a few of them here. So we are going to go all the way back to October 7th. Tom Christie. Let's see which one this is. Arkansas went a century without a fatal bear attack in the last month. It's had 2. Okay, so I did go over that one, and that was the second death, recent death, by a black bear in Arkansas. So appreciate that. Let's see the next one. I need to get a better system for this. Here's one from John Mellon. Elderly man in Arkansas died after being attacked by a 70-pound black bear while riding a lawn tractor. Newborn County, Mount Judea, Arkansas, also a black bear attack death. Wow. I didn't realize, I remember the 70-pound. Well, the last one said 60-pound, but he was riding a lawn tractor. I never got that story. There was no article with that one. He was just giving me this. Okay, Sean McLaughlin sent me a few ones. Okay, this is the one about the Franklin County, the one I just went over, the two backpackers survived bear attack. I think this is the one where they're cooking hot dogs. yeah, shining their flashlights into the woods. You might catch some lightning flashes out there. There's been thunderstorms the last 2 days, and I've actually been able to record some. It's been pretty cool. So Dennis Messingham, have you noticed recently we are not observing or hearing reports of strange things in the sky lately? It's like a switch turned off, maybe with the nights getting dark. Very possible. Angelo Buffalino, let's see. Oh, I did that one already. Another one, Sean McLaughlin. Black bear population has got to be booming. Black bear allegedly spotted crossing South Texas Highway. So recent surge in black bear sightings in Texas even. This was in Zapata County, August 30th. Maria Teresa Uribe said she and her father were driving home from Laredo to San Ignacio when they allegedly spotted a black bear in La Perla. Wow, close to the Mexican border, it looks like. Towards the river in the direction of Mexico. I hope the bear is safe. Wow. I think they're just booming all over. Oh, of course. Then Texas Parks and Wildlife gives some tips. Never approach it. Bears are normally shy and not aggressive to humans. If a bear regularly visits your deer stand, scare it with rocks. At least they mentioned deer stand. At least they're giving a shout out to hunters. If you encounter a bear at close range, talk in a calm manner while backing away slowly. Do not make any direct eye contact. That's probably good. Do not run. This can trigger a bear's chase instinct. True. If a bear approaches you, stand your ground and raise your arms, backpack or jacket to appear larger. Yell at the bear to scare it off. If attacked, fight back aggressively with anything available. Let the bear know you are not easy prey. Don't play dead. See, now I like that. That's better than what a lot of these agencies are saying. Whatever you have. They didn't mention firearms, but I mean, that's obvious. If you have a firearm, that's what you're going to use. All right, Raymond Ali II. Always asking about Chuke's patches or stickers. I've been pretty slow on that. I apologize. I will have some gear coming out soon. I've got a new logo, actually. All right, here's a name I recognize, Tim Kilpatrick. Oh, interesting, an AmmoLand article. I was just on AmmoLand's radio show. That was a blast. Bears, bureaucrats, and bad policy, the real threat to public safety. Interesting. A black bear wandered into the Dollar General in Vernon, Sussex County, startling shoppers. Local real estate agent Sean Clarkin quickly stepped in. Why does it always do this? So went in the store, eventually left, and negative interactions between humans and large predators are occurring in increasing numbers across the nation, no doubt. I completely agree. I don't know what's going on, but I don't have any lack of stories. Every Friday, I've just got tons of stories to review. It's scary. There's experts say that attacks upon humans are rare, and they put those in quotes. That is, until you're the one attacked. Then the chances of being attacked by a bear instantly become 100%. Experts often overlook this. I completely agree. Hunting bans, trapping bans, hunter harassment, predator reintroduction, and persecution of citizens who shoot threatening animals in legitimate self-defense. Look at, somewhere on the East Coast, they were trying to, a guy in Connecticut, they're trying to charge him when he saved like his toddler from a bear, are all predictably combining to manufacture this dangerous setting. The forced reintroduction of apex predators, wolves, mountain lions, bears, into areas where they have long been eradicated means population will grow and citizens will encounter these same predators with increasing frequency. Finally, somebody actually talking some common sense. Yet today, any citizen who dares euthanize an overly dangerous predator runs the very risk of ending up in prison, particularly in New Jersey. That's the one. They're charging the New Jersey guy for saving his little kids from a bear that was rushing his kids. Can you believe that? Only in New Jersey. They do that in California too, I have no doubt. Ignorance may be bliss, but it's not strategy one can live by. Instead of exiting immediately and getting away, many in that New Jersey Dollar General store started filming the bear at very close range. What kind of people intentionally get that close to a wild bear that is acting strangely? When confronting such imminent lethal threats, communicate, also taking videos, should be way down your priority list. First on your priority list is either 1, immediately neutralize the threat via gunfire. Yes, finally, only Ammo Land is saying this. Or 2, straight away disengage and separate. Either way, you can communicate and take photos after you've withdrawn to a relatively safe place. Such good common sense. With regard to the first option, our liberal media has cynically manufactured the myth that serviceable smart gun, in quotes, technology actually exists. A simple device which can be added to any firearm will prevent anyone but the legal adult owner from discharging it, and mandating that this simple device be incorporated into every firearm will instantly reduce gun violence. Rubbish. Usable smart gun technology does not exist, despite billions squandered to invent it, in quotes. It has never existed. All attempts to create it have failed so completely that no sane person would ever bet his life on some future gun. More trash from New Jersey's Democratic leadership, trying all this stuff. John Farnham and Defense Training International, Inc. He's a defensive weapons and tactics instructor. He will train you on defense. Pretty cool picture of him there. Love it. That was a great article. So man, finally somebody saying that instead of, oh, clean up your trash. No, protect yourself with firearms. I've always said that, but get training too. Like get training from that guy, because we don't want people without training just going around, oh, Chuke said I could get this 10 millimeter and just start blasting. And I don't want people to do that. So at least train, know how to shoot your weapon, know how to be safe with it. All right, here's a email from George Tatar. Tell Chuke you can absolutely run plus P plus 44 Magnum ammo out of a Raging Hunter. I was skeptical because of the wording in the manual, but after reading that Taurus revolvers can handle the hottest load for 44 Magnum, I gave it a go and had not looked back since. No issues, just, oh, thank you, because I had the Raging Hunter in 44 Magnum, and I think that was the one, although it fit, I chose not to shoot the plus P plus 340 grain or whatever that, the most powerful 44 Magnum ammo you can get of all time, unless you're hand loading your own. All right, Sean McLaughlin, articles about black bears in South Texas. Yeah, it was close to Mexico. Black bears returned to Texas, sparking worries about human encounters. So just like that last one, it's saying that more bears are showing up. There's a large population in southern Mexico that are moving to Texas to find resources. Wow. Big Bend National Park area in the 1990s. There was bears sighted, and they've risen ever since. So, gosh, Arkansas, Texas, conflict among bears. Urbanization of habitat, they're adaptive, smart. In 2020, a mother black bear was shot and killed by a resident in Del Rio after she and her cub were spotted in the city. Last summer, a black bear was killed after being hit by a vehicle on a Texas highway just west of Kerrville. And then what if you see a bear? Don't make eye contact. Running can trigger its fight back with anything available. See, that's why I like Texas. There's hope for Texas. They're saying fight with anything you got, including firearms. So I like that. I swear there's an attack. We might have talked about it. There was an attack in, I know that you guys have been sending me these. There was a attack Elk hunters just sustained serious injuries in a grizzly attack. Officials have a theory about what attracted the bear. I might have talked about this. This was just from a week ago. I might have just missed this last week. So an elk hunter in British Columbia is now in stable condition after surviving a serious grizzly bear attack near Fort Steele on Thursday. So this came out October 6th. The man, whose name has not been released publicly, was initially in critical condition when he was evacuated, admitted to the Kelowna General Hospital. Yeah, I don't think I went over this one. BC Conservation Officer Service Inspector Tobe Sprato told the Canadian Broadcast Corporation, "We believe the hunter was calling, and we believe the calls attracted the grizzly bear family group towards him." A family of grizzlies? Details of the attack are still emerging. Officials have not yet been able to speak to the hunter due to his injuries. Man, he got mangled. But preliminary findings suggest the hunter may have inadvertently attracted the sow grizzly and her cubs with an elk call, probably. Officials did not specify whether he was cow calling or bugling. Oh, they're investigating that to see if they can get him in trouble. The incident remains under investigation by COS Predator Attack Specialists. Initial information was the hunter was able to fire off one shot in self-defense, but it is unknown if the bear was hit. See, there you go. Officials did not disclose the type of firearms. So that bear may have been running at him at 35 miles an hour from the side, breaking through the alders, and he barely had time to make one shot, and he'd be lucky to hit it if it was coming full charge. So it's not clear if he was alone or with companions. This is one of several surprise grizzly encounters in 2025 that resulted in casualties to either humans or the bear. September 29th, a hunter in Fort St. James, BC, was charged and bitten on the ankle by a grizzly sow that had a cub. It disengaged. He got medical help. Oh, in April, I talked about this. The mushroom hunters in north central Montana shot and killed a charging grizzly at close range. And then there was the hikers in Yellowstone and Kenai Fords. That's in Alaska, both injured in grizzly attacks last month. So lots of grizzly attacks, but another recent one in British Columbia. So there you go. I really appreciate it. Keep logging on to my website, sending me these stories. I'll keep chiming in, and thank you to ammoland.com for actually speaking common sense on our Second Amendment, on predator reintroduction, hunting bans, all of that. Something's got to change because people keep dying, and whatever these states are doing, especially in the lower 48, is not working. So thanks, guys. I'll have a new video up in the morning, and I appreciate you all. It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, look, get shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10mm. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you almost die every time. Guaranteed.